or 12 minutes or whatever the hell it is. And we are going to bring Jay back into the conversation here, and we'll see if she picks the horn up. If she does, we've got some things going here, and it's been a Father's Day edition of the world famous Jiggy Jaguar Experience, which means that it is a train wreck the whole way through. We've had guests cancel. I've canceled guests. We had guests who we called who didn't call us back. We had guests who jumped in front of other guests and took their spot. We had guests who wanted me to do all sorts of things on the interview during the actual interview. We had one earlier where the guy was like, well, can you Skype the 6 people and get them in here with us? No, I can't do that. It's a live show. So we have got Merv Pinny with us today. Merv, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic, thanks. Yeah. so I had a bit of trouble getting through as well, but I wasn't sure because we're on such a different time zone.
Oh, the time zone
I'm never sure
thing.
What time it is.
Well,
there.
and the time zone thing is just such a mess. I just absolutely.
So what time is it there? What time is
it? It is currently 3:52 Central Standard Time here. At the friendly confines, but
right.
it has been just a mess today. Like I said, I've had guests who have jumped in front of each other. I have had guests who didn't know they were even supposed to be on, that were like, oh, well, I was supposed to do this today? And I'm like, oh my God, what a circus. But
yeah, well, I thought I sort of thought, oh, it was a couple of hours ago. So because it's sort of like very early in the morning over here.
Yes,
a couple of 3 hours ago. But now it's great. You know, I could have but never mind. It's good. I'm in the studio here, and I've got a recording studio out here in New Zealand. So I'm actually sitting in the studio doing some tracks. You know, so.
Well, that's good. That's good.
That's what I've been doing. Yeah.
So, bring us up to speed on what you're doing musically now.
Well, obviously, the whole world's in a bit of a turmoil at the moment with sort of lockdown, and we've had a big sort of lockdown thing here in New Zealand where we weren't allowed to go anywhere. So we were sort of confined to home. So I actually did some recording at home and did one of the songs that I normally play. I just sort of streamed it out to Facebook, and people really liked the acoustic version because usually I'm full on guitars and drums and everything, so they really liked it. So I thought, well, I'll just throw that out on Spotify, which I did sort of released last week, and it's gone pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with that. But we ended up, people liked it, so we sort of added a bit of BV, I sent it over to my friend in Australia, and there's a lady over there called Rose Parker, who's a really good singer, and she's, did a bit of a BV thing on it, and away we went, so it was a bit of a collaboration, but different parts of the world, but from a lockdown perspective, which was a little weird. We weren't used to working like that, so it was a little strange, but yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Yeah,
that's great. That's great. It's Merv Pinny. He's with us today here in our broadcast, and coast to coast, border to border on iHeartRadio and also AMFM 247.com. Tune in, iTunes, and Merv Pinny with us today. He joins us live from New Zealand, of all places. And so there's this video that I've seen here for this new single, this I. What the hell is this? We're playing parts of this during the interview here. I don't know what the hell I'm watching here, sir.
Yeah, I know. It's a little strange because what actually happened was it was another lockdown story because I had this new single coming out, and I thought, God, we were supposed to film the video in late March, and then we all got locked down, so nobody was able to come. So anyway, I got hold of the local, like theatre group here in Kerikeri, which is up in the north of the Bay of Islands. And I said, hey, I've got this problem. I've got this single coming out, and I've got no video. And I thought maybe, the theatre group might want to do some stuff on iPhones, what they've been doing at home, because I heard that they were going a little stir crazy, So we did that, and we only actually got one lot of video back, which was this one of the sort of actors dancing around in a bear suit, They had like a bear suit on, and they were pretending they were coming, out of lockdown, out of a cave, like bears hibernate. Not that we have bears in New Zealand, but that was the story, and started dancing around, and then we just cut that into a video. And trapped it inside the eye image, which is the artwork for the single, But it was a little bit of craziness from the theatre group, and I said, "There's no limits here. There's no boundaries, It's because the guy who ran the theatre group here said, "Man, I think we've gone too far. I think she's gone too far with this." But I said, "No. That's all we got, so we're going to use it anyway."
Fantastic.
So that's how we come about the video, but it's actually been really popular because I think it's so odd and so different,
We have got Merv Pinny with us today. He joins us live here in our broadcast, and he has got a great video out there. It is available on YouTube, and we are also going to, we've been sharing bits and pieces of it here on during the interview here with Merv. I guess, where do we find you online and get your stuff and get involved with you, my friend?
Well, obviously Spotify and iTunes. Just search up my name, Merv Pinny. The other one is I have a website, which is www.mervpinny, which is MERVYPINNY.com, and you can get, if people listening to the station now, they can go there. They can actually download some of my earlier stuff for free. They can go and help themselves and download it. And we get a lot of people doing that these days, which is quite good. And they can sign up, and they might win some stuff, because we give out stuff every now and again, albums. And actually, I don't think we've sent you any stuff, so we'll better send you over some stuff. But so they can go online, and it sort of does help us quite a lot if they subscribe or follow or something, or follow us on Facebook or whatever, and you'll see the stuff that we're doing.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today and being on the show. And
oh no, it's always a pleasure talking to you. I've actually been reading up about your station and the history of your station. It's quite a groovy station you got there.
Well, thank you.
I've watched some of the interviews, and I did some work on sort of like local radio, not sort of like yours, but more low key stuff. And it's quite fun, isn't it? Radio. It
is sometimes fun, but sometimes it's also a nightmare. But
that's what makes it real.
It is never a nightmare chatting with our buddy Merv Pinny. And Merv, you have made today's, all the headaches and all the shenanigans I've had to put up with so far, you've made it all worth it, because I finally got to talk to someone like you who's on their shit and knows what's going on, baby. So I'm glad I was able to do that.
Fantastic.
Well, yeah. Merv, have yourself a wonderful day.